Hi all, welcome to the Marquee Matchups for the 24th of March. This is the international break, so routes could be very interesting in terms of what to expect. But if we can smash the links, it would be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter at G the Legend. All the links are down below for playlists to the channel and social media links as always. Got a number of friendlies that could be selected and obviously qualifiers that could be picked. So a lot of interesting shoots this week, so it could be hard. Senegal-Nigeria is an international friendly, and because it is two very big powerhouses in African football, I quite fancy this route to happen. One from both nations, maybe like 3 or 4 leagues minimum, then rare players you're looking at maybe at least 4. Then I have went with the possibility that they could just make it 2 nations, just Senegal and Nigeria. I've seen them do this before with some of these requirements, and it makes it a little bit more interesting. Just to see how folk can build the squads. Team chemistry of at least 90, this is why I've got a 95 rated squad for this instance. 77 overall, and it's quite expensive, but a 6 out of 10 for likelihood. Georgia, Serbia, because of both countries are relatively close to each other, and this is quite a difficult squad to get quite a decent rating out of, and obvious chemistry as well. But one from both teams, at least 2 leagues, 4 rares, 4 nations, which is relatively easy. 90 chemistry, 73 rating overall at least I would say, because Georgia don't have too many high ratings. This might also not include a ratings perspective. 46k for cost and reward, because they might give you like a 10 or 15k pack, and a 4 out of 10 for likelihood though, because I think personally there is bigger shouts this week, and Georgia versus Serbia would be missed as a result. Ireland, Wales has a good shout. Obviously we've just had Ireland quite a lot with the St Patrick's Day SBCs and so forth, but this is a top of the table clash in the respective qualifying groups, so this has a lot of importance to determining who could go at the World Cup for next year. But one from both Ireland and Wales, 2 leagues, 2 rares, 4 nations, 3 rares sorry, say 60 to 65 overall. They might not even put an overall, they might try and keep the cost as low as possible, and 35k for cost, 4k reward. This would be like your This would probably be like your silver pack that they would give you, or an all players pack, and a 6 out of 10 for likelihood. So it wouldn't be too expensive. Tunisia, Cameroon has another possibility as well. This route is quite interesting, that you'd probably rely on like Swiss League as a route to go. But keep this in mind that they would probably want 3 leagues minimum, 1 from both teams. Max from 1 league is maybe looking at 5 or 6. 4 nations minimum, which wouldn't be too difficult. 90 chemistry. 65 overall, because there's not many high rated players in both nations that you can really slot in. Might even push it to 70 to be honest, in all honesty, so keep that in mind. That 67, even though I've got it to, could easily go to a 70. 35k cost, 34k reward. This could be your silver pack yet again. Then Croatia, Ukraine has a shout, but I feel that they may look to exclude this game. But 1 player from both Croatia and Ukraine, 3 leagues minimum, 4 nations, 90 chemistry, 74, maybe even 75 overall, 46k for your cost and reward. This would be like your 10 or 15k pack. This might be a decent-ish reward, could even be a premium silver players pack. 5 out of 10 for likelihood. In terms of where we've done this, is relied on Zazuya and Lavage of Betis, using the Betis version and the Las Palmas versions just to kind of help us out and build a team around them. France versus Spain for me is one of the very likely shoots. This is I'm pretty sure this is just a friendly, but this could be both groups yet again. I'll have to double check when it comes to no risk. But France versus Spain, 1 player, 3 leagues easy. This is quite an easy one to put together. This would be one of your ones where you've got to do 1 from 1 league as a maximum, because you could rely heavily on, say, the French league or the Premiership or whatever. 78, maybe even 79 overall. 68k for cost. It will be quite expensive. 7 out of 10 for likelihood. I do fancy this to happen. Quite easy to build in all honesty. Could just be 2 nations as well. Netherlands versus Italy, another strong shout this week. Even though we had this way back early on in FIFA when it was the international marquee matchups, when it was the very first set, we had Netherlands versus Italy. But it wouldn't surprise me if we get again one player from both teams, 2 leagues, 4 rares, 5 nations, 78 overall. Quite expensive, being 68k. Do 7 out of 10 for likelihood. I went a Pro League and EPL way to build this, and it still gets me a 78 rated squad. I've relied on Van der Vaart being the key in midfield just to give us enough chem, and sorts us out. This would be like a 85-90 chem squad, to be honest. And Germany versus England is the last route of the week. In terms of how we build this, I've went Premiership and Championship, but this could be one from both teams, 2 leagues, maybe even 3 or 4, depending on how they opt to do it. 4 rares, 5 nations, 78 overall, 68k for cost, and a 7 out of 10 for likelihood. This is just a big friendly, but it's still a big game between Germany and England nonetheless. It has a lot of history about it, and I would quite fancy this route to happen. So you've possibility you might have Germany, England, Netherlands, Italy, France versus Spain, and then maybe either Ireland, Wales, or another, or maybe even like Senegal game. But plenty of food for thought this week, as always. I'll maybe hopefully get an extra routes video sorted up, depending on what else might be able to find crops up for next week. But if you can smash links, as always, it would be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter at GeoIsLegends as well. As I said, all the links are down below. Take it easy all, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all later.